Greetings, dear ones. I am Kryon of Magnetic Servants. The question has been asked, is there a time of death for the human being which has been appointed? Is there a time when we're going to die? Do we know about it? As the human says, when we come in. We've never spoken of this in this way before. We're going to give you the answer as best we can. When you come in, there is a plan that you have set for yourself, and you can follow it to the end if you want. And yes, it has a death date. And if you do nothing all your life but follow that plan and stay in that groove of predisposition, that's when you're going to die. That's what you laid out for yourself. That is the plan. That is the life lesson. But the human being who understands that they are in control of their destiny moves out of the groove and changes everything. Then there is no predetermined time. And death is when it's ready and appropriate. Even though it may not look appropriate to you, let me tell you, I know who's here. I know the ones who've lost the loved ones. I know the two who have lost a child here. I know who's here. What you do not know, human beings, and do not recognize are the things that didn't happen. Some of you have passed the appointed death time in the old energy because you moved off of the peg, out of the groove, into another direction that took you in a place where you became a spiritual being, a light worker perhaps, a prayer warrior perhaps, one who meditates often perhaps, who has no label at all perhaps, which extended your life and you went right past that pre-appointed place of death. And I want to ask you, did you celebrate it? How many of you are here ready to celebrate the things that did not happen because you made decisions and that traffic accident did not occur? Oh, it's prevalent in this group. Prevalent. Life and death. It's fast. It's instant. Gives and takes in a moment. And so many of you have walked through that, and you know those times. So many of you have gone to the dark night of the soul, and you've walked through that, and here you are. At a meeting like this, saying, how can I do more? Oh, that's why we love you. Dear human being, the love of God is here, and it's thick tonight. And I'm giving you information that ought to make you celebrate who you are. I'm talking to masters. If they choose to be. Number 6. Quite, I've done this and that. I can't tell which one I'm supposed to do. I listen to a number of channels. I can't decide which one. That's because you're doing it in 3D. Inside you, there is an innate sense, a compass, that will tell you when things are accurate or not. And you have to learn to go there. And maybe it's on your knees. And maybe it's when you're quiet. And maybe it's when you're in distress. But you have to learn to go there. And once you have done it, even in distress, and have felt what that is like, and get answers when you need them, you'll be able to go back when you're not in distress. Every day you can go to that place which is quiet and say, dear Spirit, it is well with my soul. No matter what today, it is well. Tell me what I need to know this day. Push on that interdimensional door, we say, just with your intent. And it will start to flow into you. And you might say, well, I've done that and I don't feel anything. And I will say to you, that's for you. No, you get the answer when you need it. Haven't you figured that out yet? Haven't you figured that out yet? Blessed is the human being who goes to that place in 3D but understands the multidimensional aspects of the answers, of the energy, of the love of God, and is touched when he needs to be touched. And gets the answers when he needs to get the answers. And goes right up to the last possible second, perhaps. And then out comes the channeling of what he's to say, what he's to do. And he celebrates it. And he knows, I got the answer. Throw away those predisposed ideas in 3D of how things must work on the other side of the veil. Because they don't. Or the way God must deal with humans, because that's not the way God deals with humans. It's in an interdimensional way. Don't get off the floor thinking nothing happened. When you send light to a place on this planet, know it went there. You can sit down and say, I'm sending light and I have no idea where it should go. Dear Spirit, send it there. And the cosmic intelligence of the universe will do exactly that. And it'll put upon those places that need it the most. In Israel, in Somalia, in Iraq. Celebrate the light and the things that are joyful on the planet. The proof is within you. It always has been. Start learning to understand this feature. You want to know who is right and who is not. You want to know which one of those prophets had the right or more appropriate answer for the potential of the future. All you do is go inside. It'll ring. And who is not. You want to know which one of those prophets had the right or more appropriate answer for the potential of the future. All you do is go inside. It'll ring. It'll sing to you. Learn to feel this. That's the compass. Finally, lastly, number 7. Dear Spirit, I've lost loved ones. Can they still see me? Do they know what I'm doing right now? Do they know I love them? Moms and dads, sisters and brothers, husbands and wives, children. Do they know what I'm doing? Do they know I think about them? Are they here? If it's true, dear human being, that there's no such thing as time, your loved one goes to the other side of the veil. After a period, they come back and they incarnate, which means many of them are back here living human lives in other bodies. And in 3D, you say, well, if they're doing that, that means they can't see me. If they're doing that, that means that I've lost them. They're already on to something else, something bigger. I want to tell you the truth. One higher self for every and all lifetimes you have. In other words, there is one angel, only one angel with your name on it. It was the same higher self angel for every single one of the lifetimes you've had since Lemurian days. And that particular higher self knows all about lost loved one. The peace of God, not the human being that you lost, the peace of God that knows of the love that you had for them and that they had for you, who knows of what you did together when you were here as partners on the planet. And so the answer is yes. All of them. For that is part of the Kryon entourage, and that is what some of you feel when I come in. Are the ones, the higher selves, are the ones that you've loved and lost, that sit beside you and hold your hand during these times and say, I'm still here. I always will be until the day when you join me. And that is the truth. But it's not the human part. It's the wise, higher self part. It's the God part. But that part knows all, especially about the part of how much you loved him. I don't know how that makes you feel, but perhaps you might take a moment to celebrate it. Perhaps you might even think it's a good thing. What a system, you might say. Perhaps you might just take a moment and say, I see you, I accept you. Thank you for being with me. And then you'll let him walk out the door with you too. It's not just here. It's not just now. It's a A beautiful interdimensional system that's been created for human beings to support them in love. That's what it is. That's what it always has been. That's what it's about. Spirit knows your name. Even those who have come here and didn't expect to hear this. I know who you are. For the love of God goes out to all humanity. It knows each of you. What you're about. Loves each one. That is the message of Kryon, and always will be. It's what we told you when we arrived. So much put out by humanity so that you could sit here today. Don't waste this. Spend the 2 minutes a day. Send the light. Make it purposeful. Make it a time that's quiet and alone. Give intent to it, which is divine. And then celebrate it after you've done it. Give intent to it, which is divine. And then celebrate it after you've done it. All of you do that every day. What a difference. Sending light to this planet. It has so many dark places still. I would not say these things if they were not so. I speak to you from the other side of the veil, that place where there's a lot of work being done. And so it is. Where there's a lot of work being done. And so it is.